Every day in Ontario, a great multitude of crops are grown. Many people are involved in the planting, growth, and harvesting of these crops. Photographs of the crops are also a necessity. However, crop photographers are few and far between. The crop photography industry, pioneered and popularized by the legendary crop photographer John Crop, is no longer the lucrative business it once was. But the photographs must be taken, and one man is most certainly up to the task.
Well, I've been shooting crop for pretty near 20 years now, and it's been a good life, but I'd be lying if I said things hadn't changed.
Ashwin Frayne is a crop photographer located in Barrhaven, Ontario. Groomed for crop photography at a young age by none other than John Crop himself, Frayne prides himself on his work. For him, it isn't simply a job, it's a way of life.
People think that shooting crop's easier than shooting people. Say that crop don't move. Well, they'd be wrong. Crop does move. Just real slow.
Unlike most youth who spent their prepubescent years throwing frisbees or riding bicycles, Frayne was mentored in crop photography by John Crop.
My mentor, John Crop, always taught me that. He taught me a lot of good stuff. That was way back before monopods was even a thing. Now I don't leave the house without my old Roland 3000. Never know what you're going to need to photograph.
The industry can be full of surprises, but with years of experience under his belt, Frayne can identify crops at the drop of a hat.
Out there, that's canola. Took some nice photos of that last week. I'd be dying to get back out there. It's great to work with. So easygoing. Well, this is the wheat, as you can see. Ain't nothing too special, but it's good stuff nonetheless. I'll photograph well. John Crop always had a thing for wheat. I guess so do I. Ain't too much more to say about that, though.
It is clear that Frayne has a close relationship with the crop.
That's the thing. Most of the time, it's the people paying you, not the crop. There are exceptions. I once got paid a full bushel to photograph half a bushel. That was a weird one. Well, tough day crop photography. It's good. Got a lot of technical stuff done. Nadirs. Got your overheads. Those are my mats. Got your 57.5s. Got your 22.5s. Those aren't quite as popular. And you got your crop heights. Those come up an awful lot. And all the time. Crop height's always changing. So, got to photograph it.
Even though Frayne relishes his work, he is the first to admit that times are changing.
When John Crop first took me under his wing, well, things were different, that's for sure. There was only one way to do things. That was with the camera. Even monopods weren't a thing back then. Of course, now I swear by mine. Now they've got all this talk about drones and whatnot, and John Crop didn't like that, and neither do I. Crop is a crop. Deserves to be photographed like a man.
But can a crop be photographed like a man? Fields are getting larger, drones are flying higher, and the world is a changing place. How can a crop photographer like Frayne maintain his livelihood? It is a question that weighs heavy on the shoulders of farmers and crop photographers alike.
You gotta treat the canola a lot like a person. You can't play with it too much. Just you gotta be honest with it. What are you trying to do? Trying to take the height? Well, then do it. And it's that simple, but in a way it's still not. It's a tough job, but I love it.
Despite Frayn's passion for the art, it is painfully obvious that he struggles with the advances in technology. Can he keep up with this co-evolutionary arms race?
You know, when the crops are at this age, they're trying to do their own thing. When they're older or when they're very young, it's much easier to get them to do what you want. Still, it's got to be my favorite time to photograph them. It's just so dynamic. It's the Wild West out there, even though
Indeed, Frayn holds a special place in his heart for those living at this tender age. Indeed, he knows all too well the perils that can befall an adolescent without a watchful eye and a loving hand.
well, I suppose first got started when I was like 13, maybe 14 years old. I got into a lot of trouble out in Kimbo, where I was raised, but John Crop saw something in me that not a lot of people ever seen. You know, he believed in me like nobody else ever did. So, I guess you could say he was like a father to me. Crop mentored me, took me under his wing, really. He showed me the ins and outs of the business. Back then, the business was hardly a business. Farmers didn't need no crop photography till they realized what kind of services it offered. Crop was a pioneer of that. Ontario's pretty developed, but it's still a wild west when it comes to crop photography. The game has changed, but there's still a lot left for the little guys like me and plant crop, for that matter. John Crop.
Can an unassuming man like Frayn pull himself out of the past and open his eyes to a changing world? Or is it too late?
There's a saying among us crop photographers, we get together every now and then, but you know, sometimes you're taking the photo of the crop, but sometimes the crop photographs you, and the longer you stare at the crop, the longer it stares back into you. Well,
a man can sit in a room miles removed from a field for twice the pay, half the time, but none the field for the plants. Is that the way it ought to be? Is that what the crop deserves? I ain't the man to ask, nor the man to answer, but I do know one thing. In the end, a crop and a man is the same. They're both in the same field, and that field's growing. Boy, that field's growing fast.